with the East Coast Sports. My name is Spencer Goldstein with my partners Makali, Pennycooke, and Franklin Markel. We'll be on for the next 4 hours taking calls to the number 201-580-1096. I'll repeat that, 201-580-1096. Makali, would you like to start us off with some NBA coverage?
So right now, Paul George has been traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now Russell Westbrook has another person to pass to. He will have to sit more because in late games he'll probably have to pass more because they may lose because Russell Westbrook did average 42 triple-doubles MVP, but he has another one to pass to. In other words, Gordon Hayward decides to sign with the Celtics 4 years and a $128 million contract. So this concludes that the Celtics will probably go to the playoffs. Now Avery Bradley has been traded also to the Pistons. In other words, money management with the NBA. James Harden signs the world's biggest contract in the NBA history, $222 million. Steph Curry also signed another big contract, $201 million. And this concludes playoff predictions. The Rockets will probably go for the third seed with Chris Paul on the team. The Warriors will go first seed, the Jazz, the Rockets, and for the East will be the 76ers, the Cavs, and also the Celtics. Now, we won't know until there's some sleepaway teams that will make the playoffs. You never know.
Now for some NFL coverage, I'll be going over my NFL predictions. For the NFC, I have pretty similar to last year, with the Falcons getting the 1 seed at 12-4 and the Cowboys getting the 2 seed at 11-5. Both will be getting bye weeks. At the 3 seed, I have the Green Bay Packers at 11-5 as well, losing the tiebreaker to Dallas, so Dallas would get the 2 seed. And at the 4 seed, I have Seattle at 10-6. The 5 seed will be the Giants at 11-5, but losing their division to Dallas, losing the tiebreaker. So they'll be stuck with a wild card. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 9-7 at the 6 seed. For round 1, I have an upset, Buccaneers taking down the Packers, and the Giants taking down the Seahawks, 2 upsets, which would lead the Giants to play the Cowboys. That would be a very highly anticipated division matchup. I do have the Giants coming out on top, with the Bucs losing to the Falcons. And then in the NFC Championship, I have the Falcons beating the Giants, advancing to the Super Bowl for the 2nd straight year. David from Notre Dame, do you have a question?
Yeah, so you mentioned the Cowboys. You think they're going to get a bye. How do you think Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott will follow up their great rookie seasons?
I do expect some progression from them. Obviously, from a statistical standpoint, it's very tough to get to where they were last year. But as players, as far as in the team's best interest and how many games they'll win, I expect them to progressively move forward, develop well, and keep getting better. As for the AFC, again, it's somewhat similar to last season with the Patriots getting the number 1 seed. I have the Raiders moving into the 2 seed, however. With Derek Carr healthy, a very big season is in place for that team before they move to Las Vegas in a couple years, in a very controversial move, to say. 3 seed, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers and their blazing hot offense. And in the 4 seed, the Houston Texans with their stout defense and new quarterback Deshaun Watson. In the 5 seed, I have the Kansas City Chiefs, very solid team, and the Tennessee Titans moving into the 6th seed, their first playoff appearance in a very long time. I do have the Chiefs and Titans, though, both wildcard teams going down round 1. No upsets there, with the Patriots defeating the Titans, with the Patriots defeating the Texans, and the Chiefs falling and the Steelers falling to the Raiders. The AFC Championship is going to be a great game between the Patriots and the Raiders. In my opinion, the 2 best teams in the AFC. However, I do have the Patriots, last year's Super Bowl champs, defeating the Oakland Raiders. For the Super Bowl, that's obviously going to be a great game, a rematch between the Patriots and the Falcons. I have the Patriots winning again. They won last year and they only improved over the offseason while regression is in place for the Atlanta Falcons, coming off such a great year from last season. Franklin, you have some thoughts on the Mets?
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about the joke that is the New York Mets and what they should do in the offseason, or what they should do at the trade deadline and then in the offseason. So at the trade deadline, we're obviously looking to sell. We have great prospects. We have Rosario and Smith coming up next year. If we can sell and give up on the season and not have to make our starting pitchers go 200 innings, let them end their season in September, they'll all be fresh for next year. Maybe won't get injured as much as they have been this year. I think some guys that we can trade is Addison Reed, a great guy in the bullpen. Obviously, a contender will always look for someone in the bullpen to acquire, so we can get a good package of prospects for Addison Reed. I think we should trade Duda. He's already said he's going to leave when he's a free agent, so we might as well get something for him. I think will end up trading him to the Yankees. I think Yankee Stadium is a great ballpark for him to hit at. I think he'd be a beast there. He'd be the starting first baseman. I think two more things we can do is either trade Jay Bruce, who already has 23 home runs. He's been a beast. He'll be very. A lot of teams will want him at the deadline. And if we don't trade Bruce, we can maybe trade Granderson, a good veteran outfielder, to a contender.
That will be it for East Coast Sports. I'm with my partners Makali, Pennycooke, and Franklin Markel. Have a good day.